Hey, this is Brian Boydstun, and I wanted to do a really quick screencast on how you can use a MacBook Pro to create a wireless hotspot that students can use. This happened the other day. The Wi-Fi went out in our school. I was able to still get my students going with some technology because I was able to take my MacBook Pro and make it a wireless hotspot the students were able to plug into, and we were able to keep going. And so I wanted to help those of you out here that may not know how to do this. It's really, really simple on a Mac. To internet share from your MacBook out to a wireless device. So the way we get started is, the first thing is, let me show you this. We need an Ethernet cable. If you don't know what those is, what those are, these are them. You need to plug obviously one into the wall and then one into the side of your MacBook Pro. And so what we're basically doing is we're plugging our MacBook into the hard line. Since the Wi-Fi is down or we don't have access to Wi-Fi, we're hard lining the internet into our MacBook Pro. So from there, what we're going to do is come up here to the top left. We're going to click the little apple, and we're going to go to System Preferences. And under System Preferences, if we come down here to the middle, we have one called Sharing. And so we're going to click Sharing because that's what we're about to do. We're going to share the internet that this computer is getting from the wall out to other wireless devices, much like a hotspot. So if you come down here about midway, we have internet sharing. And so obviously we'll want to click on this to get it started, but I want to show you a couple of selections that we got to make over here. If my Ethernet was plugged in, which is not because of where I'm filming this screencast, it would probably already show up with Ethernet selected right here, but here I'm going to select it. So we want it to go, we're going to share the connection from the Ethernet coming from the wall, and we want to share it down here out to Wi-Fi. And so that way we're sharing internet from the wall out to Wi-Fi to any wireless device. Another option that you have, if you click Wi-Fi options here, is you can change the channel. So if you're not getting a good signal, I've never had to change it off of 11. It's always worked just fine. The other thing is that you can add security, and I recommend this. You don't want everybody in the school accessing your wireless and slowing down the wireless that you're able to send out, because obviously I don't think this is going to support 100 people drawing internet from this MacBook Pro. So you can select here. Obviously, you can give it a password. Just let your students know what that password is, and that way only your students are accessing the internet that your hotspot's creating. I'm not going to do that for right now. I'm going to go ahead and hit cancel. Obviously, if you sent it out if you went ahead and uploaded it and shared that internet without a password, anybody would be able to see that Wi-Fi hotspot and connect right into it, which you don't want. And so make sure you put a password on that. And so it's as simple as that. We have Ethernet selected out to Wi-Fi, and so we would come over here and you just click on internet sharing. It's going to ask, do you want to start that? It's going to let you know, hey, you're about to share internet from this device out to other devices. And so we would hit start, and so now we're sharing internet out. Now I'm not plugged into a wire or into Ethernet into the wall, and so it's not going to show up, but I want to show you what you're looking for once you've clicked that. If we'll come up here in the top right, you'll notice your little wireless signal gauge here. All right, we got our 4 lines. What it looks like, it's actually going to change once you do this. It's going to turn a solid gray with an arrow pointing straight up. It's letting you know that internet is being shared from this computer out to other devices. And so it's really just that simple. And I thought I'd show you this because it just came up today. The Wi-Fi crashed. I'm in first block. I'm like, what do I do? And a lot of teachers get frustrated when these things happen, and it's what discourages them from using technology. This is a really quick, easy fix. So when students in your class are having a problem with their Wi-Fi, their password's not allowing them to log into the school Wi-Fi, that happens sometimes here with me, or the Wi-Fi goes down altogether. How can you keep that class rolling with the technology? If you have a MacBook, this was the simple way to do it. Now, if you have a PC, there obviously are ways of doing it with a PC. It involves a few more steps. It's a little more difficult, I think. But here on a Mac, it's really, really simple to just plug that Ethernet in, share that internet out to your students. So hopefully that was helpful to you teachers. I'm Coach Boydstun. You guys have a good day.